Virgo, Pisces. The axis is amplified right now. We had our first new moon in Virgo, and we have a second one at the end of September, and now we will have a full moon in Pisces. And what that means for us right now, what is ending in this moment, the full moon is often a culmination, and it's a lunar eclipse as well. When we have a full moon where the moon is next to the nodes, we have a lunar eclipse. And in this moment, it is a lunar eclipse in Pisces, and it is about the north node. And so let's take a look at the collective first. And we have the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups is about our give and take, right? It is about how we exchange. Maybe it is about the things that are connected to Virgo and Pisces. And wherever that is in your chart, that adds another layer to this meaning, because in the original chart, it is the 6th house and the 12th house. So Virgo is the 6th house and Pisces is the 12th house. But in your chart, it can be in a different place. And I will draw cards for every sign, but this is the meaning for the collective in this moment. And there is the snake, we have the house, and we have the moon. And this feels to me like there is something that we need to heal in ourselves, that we need to heal in our base and in our root that is connected to the house. Even it can be healing something in your life about your home. But it is the connection of your, on the one hand, on your intelligence. The snake can be someone who is really intelligent. And on the other hand, the mind and the relationship to your emotions. So this feels like there is something that wants to be connected, that wants to step into this exchange of 6 of coins. So we can see that there is an exchange from these two children, and it is overcoming the things that we lack. So there is an exchange of people, there is an exchange of resources, even a change of the things that we give from our, it's the cups, right? It's giving from the heart. It's giving in our emotions and the support that other people need. And it's about this exchange of giving and taking. And the same is reflected in here, that we see that this combination of giving of the mind, of the intelligence, of the things that we can give from is the connection to the emotions, on the other hand, that is creating the stable foundation that a house would be. And a house is always the stable connection in your life. This can be a real house, but it can be your body as well. It can be the thing that supports you in your day-to-day life. And what are we supported by? And that's interesting, the indignation and the freedom. But I feel that there is something that we are, in this moment, the collective is, not, they are not supporting the things that are happening in the world. And it leads into the step into freedom, because when we feel that something isn't happening and isn't for us in the real world, then we are free to free ourselves. So we are supposed to say something against it, and diving into our own tasks and finding our authentic self. Oh, that's not right. Yes. And finding our authentic self in all of this, and letting go of the masks. That can mean as well that we have different parts that where we put on our masks, and where we didn't want to ruffle the feathers of the collective, but now this indignation shows us that there is nothing to defend, there is nothing to hide. And this is the moment of setting yourself free from expectation of others. And there we have the mind again as letting go of the idea that you have to be something in the eye of other people. So it is like letting go of the people-pleasing thing, and letting the things that come from the ancestors. We have this card that is helping us to remind or to remember our ancestors and where they came from, and that we, in this moment, we have to take the part of the ones that are the ones that heal the past of these ancestors. If we heal ourselves from the beliefs that we have to show up in a specific way, to be in this flow of give and take, when we heal this, we heal the ones that came before us. And we are in this moment, the collective is annoyed enough, I would say. It's annoyed enough by all the things that are happening in the world that we can stand up and take the task of living our own freedom. Finding our authentic self and living our own freedom. And so I think this is a beautiful message for the collective. I think it's beautiful to find the balance of the mind and the emotions, to heal that what came before us, and then to dive deep into the task to find freedom and to find our authentic self. So, and now I will draw a card for every single sign, and we'll see what comes up next. And I have put the timestamps in the description box below. Thank you for being here, and thank you for supporting. And the sign-specific readings I will do in pairs, so that we can have the axis it's happening on, and we have both of the signs that are on this axis. So I will start with Virgo, and then I will continue with Pisces, and then I do Libra and Aries, and so on. I will always take the axis this is happening. So Virgo, this is happening in your axis of the 1st and 7th house, if you are Virgo rising, or if you put your Virgo placement in the 1st house. And this is a beautiful start for you, because it is putting you into the place of the 10 of Cups. This is like wish fulfillment. There is something in this ending and the new beginning of this eclipse cycle that is helping you to let go of the things that held you back from being fulfilled. And it is leading into, because it is in the 1st house, right? It is happening in your 1st house, and it's happening in changing your ability to accept and to receive. It's your ability to step into this receiving mode, and it seems to be like something that is shifting your reality of your emotions and of your your relationships. And it is happening in your first and seventh house. So it can mean that something will show up in your life that will lead into a new relationship or a stabilization of a relationship, an ending of a relationship as well, but in the way that it frees your heart as it shows up. And it is letting go of the betrayal that came with this. And it's letting go of the things that you thought were true, and now you find the real truth behind all of this. And it feels like that there is something happening that will free your heart, and it's a lovely thing. Although betrayal isn't a lovely thing, but maybe it closes a cycle where you felt betrayed because you chose the wrong people, or the people where you had to learn things in your life. And it feels like that there is something showing up that is healing what I said in the beginning. It's about the ancestors and your ancestral wisdom that you moved in while you were healing yourself from bad relationships, and that's not a real thing to say. It's not a bad relationship. It was a difficult one, or they were difficult relationships. But this feels like there is a closing of a cycle right now. And we have the Raza's dance. We have you stepping into the dance with life, where you can allow yourself to exchange energies, and where you can allow yourself to dance with life instead of trying to make it, to fix it. And this is really beautiful because it shows that there is something magical happening right now. And you have the 35th, the keeper of the mystery. This is someone who is able to connect the both sides of itself, being a human and having an animalistic nature as well. And as she or he offers the open hands to create from it, it's really lovely because we can see the emotions flowing. She's standing in the water and she's creating a dolphin and an owl. So this feels for me like that you stepped into something that freed you. It wasn't easy to do so because you had to work through all of your emotions and all of your, even the themes of the ancestral. But now you are reaching the top, and it feels like there is a big success for you in your emotions and in this place where you have choices and consequences and the feast that comes with it. And often we fear this choices and consequences, but I think you worked your way through this, and you deserve to find the fulfillment in your emotions in this moment. And this feels like there is something really big changing, and it leads into something really beautiful because it closes a cycle and it allows you to step into your real life to create the magic that you really want to experience. Beautiful cards for you, Virgo. Thank you for being here, and have a beautiful full moon. Welcome, Pisces, to your reading. Oh, we have already the cards falling. So there is a lunar eclipse in your sign, and it is happening in the full moon is happening in the axis of your first and seventh house, as the same as Virgo, just from the other side. And your card is the High Priestess. And this feels like that there is something that is of the deeper inner knowledge that will come through in this moon cycle and in this full moon, something that you realized that is necessary for you, something of the wisdom of the high priestess, right? She is able to harness her intuition. She's able to connect the both sides of the coin, and she has knowledge about the deeper wisdom. And I feel that there is something in your life that will lead into harmony again, and it will lead into something that you want to clear up for yourself, where you put your focus into wrong things. And wrong things doesn't mean that they are really, really wrong. It is more about you being in the wrong places or being somewhere at the wrong time. And this feels like that this is changing now, and there is this harmony. The lily is about harmony and about you stepping into harmony by sweeping out the parts that are not correct for you. And it allows you to keep flying. And we have marriage as well. So whatever that means for you in your life, but it can, of course, mean that something will enter your life that will lead into marriage. And it can also mean that there is a marriage of you stepping into the highest power, into the spiritual being that you really are. And so it leads into you connecting to your inner wisdom and into the things that will show up in the outer world as well. And flying, the lost compass, and it's getting you back. And maybe that was something that is, and we have this, that's interesting, lost in space, and we have the getting back to integrity. I think that this full moon will lead into this sweeping out the things where you were not in integrity, and the moments and the places where you're not in the right place. And this is changing now, because it is this sweeping out. It is the communication about it if it's needed, but it is like sweeping out the things that are not working for you anymore. And we have in the silent way. And we have, and that's what is needed right now. It is this the third card is about the false self, right? It is something that led you into the places where you were, that were not the right places for you, and that were not the right timing for you. And it's beautiful that this is lying next to the fox, because that is what is cleaning itself out right now. It's leading into this harmony, but you have to see the truth about this, to see the truth about the false self, to see the truth about the things that got you out of integrity. Can be a working place, can be a real living place, relationships, whatever that is. It leads into connecting with your higher self, connecting with the needs and wishes that you have, and it leads into the silent way that is about an inner knowing about leadership. For me, that is a card that is leading from behind, not working so hard, because that's what we see here, right? We see this false self working so hard, being exhausted in a way. And this is the moment where you marry your inner resources, where you marry the things that really fuel you, and step into the real way of the silent way, where you let go of these old false self, and where you step back into your integrity. And this will lead into something really new, something harmonious that even can lead into marriage. But in the first place, I think there is something you are married to that has to be swept out. And even if this is a real marriage, or it is something you are like married to, it has to be swept out, and it has to be cleaned so that you can step into the true self again and into your integrity to show your resources that you have and your skills in the outer world, and finding your direction into the integrity that you really long for. So that's an amazing moment for you to let go of all of these false selves and all of these things that kept you stuck. And it's it's a beautiful chance to change everything. So I wish you a beautiful full moon, Pisces, and I see you soon.